Hey everyone, this is Melissa, and I'm the talkative introvert. Record. There you go.
Is it going?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. How's it going?
Good.
Bestie.
Besher.
My sister from another mister. Check on the mic 1, 2. Please edit this out.
We'll see. Anyways. Welcome to season 4, everybody.
Bow, 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 bow.
Season 4.
That's a lot.
It is a lot. I have a lot of episodes. Go watch.
Go listen
to those other episodes. But season 4 opener.
Dude, I can't believe you've been doing this for 4 years now.
Well,
I'm just kidding. I know that one season isn't a year.
Yeah. I was like, wait a minute.
3 years, right? Since the panini.
Yeah. 3 years. That's a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, so today's episode is curated by Miss Bailey over here.
Yes. So I was thinking about it, and Mia had mentioned that, she loves doing this podcast. And one of the main reasons why she started the podcast was because she wanted to be able to talk about things and express her opinion and kind of like get her voice out there. Well, she interviews a lot of people. And so she doesn't really do most of the talking. She does most of the listening and answering questions. And so I wanted to flip the script and interview Mia today. However, I was having a hard time coming up with things to talk about, because we just know pretty much everything about each other. And so Mia had this idea. She was like, why don't you interview me as if you were interviewing another podcast that you listen to. And so I was like, okay, cool. I will do that. So I have come up with some questions. I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, so there's not a lot of them. But
that's fine.
We'll build off each other.
Yeah.
We got a rapport.
You can answer them too.
Yeah, sure. I really want to focus. I want to focus on you though, and giving you the mic.
Spotlight.
No pun intended. Giving you yes, I want you to have the spotlight and be able to share some things. And so let's just pretend that this is my podcast and you're my guest.
This is the get to know your host. Ooh. That's the title.
You already had a podcast, your very first one.
It was an introduction of why the whole introvert thing. But I'm not just an introvert, that's not all of me. That's just a part of me.
That it's not?
No, it's not.
Could you guys hear that eye roll?
Oh man, I'm glad I don't do video. So are you ready?
Yeah.
I guess, am I ready? I don't even know. So I don't know any of these questions. I wasn't prepped ahead of time. So this is
totally barely prepped myself.
What's the term? Off the cuff?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm kind of nervous.
Okay. Cool. Here we go.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So who's been your favorite guest so far on your podcast?
Overall or from the strangers?
Just overall.
Overall.
Then you can't say me.
Oh. Obviously you. But,
okay. Well, besides me.
Besides you.
See, I knew you were going to say me.
It's just so easy,
I knew you were going to say me. I love you, by the way.
I love you. Oh man. That's hard to say. I think definitely not one of the pod match people. They're cool.
Shots fired.
Whatever. Or anything. I met some cool people. So not to I just really love my conversations with people that I actually know and love. Mm-hmm. And, I think
they just go somewhere,
Yeah. Like,
it's hard to have connection, chemistry, rapport with a stranger off the internet.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of what I talked about in like my last episode of last season. It's just, it's hit or miss. You don't know whether it's going to be a good back and forth. Mm-hmm. But with like friends and family, like, it's going to be a good back and forth because, we talk to each other.
Like, yeah, there's a reason why you're friends.
And if it's not a good back and forth, it's probably because they're like nervous or something being on the podcast. But I think, I could probably say, does it have to be like a specific person or like a specific episode?
Let's do both.
Okay. So favorite episode's gotta be my 30th birthday.
With the champagne in the freezer.
Yeah, and exploded.
I cannot... I practically shit a brick. I thought it was a gunshot. Little white girl over here, never been to the hood or anything ever in my entire life, and I'm just like, oh my god, there's a mob outside. Well, mobsters are here.
We were also scared because like it's a cabin in
Bears.
Tahoe and it's dark, and we were talking about skinwalkers. So
you can't. Oh my god, I'm ending this. You can't say it, or else they appear.
No, we're fine. We're fine.
We're all looking around.
Bless the house later.
I got some sage.
But that's my favorite episode, just because it was just like a lot of fun. You guys surprised me, and my friends were there, except for freaking Austin and Leia. But
geez, Leia,
I know.
Freaking living in Virginia, it's your fault.
Well, we didn't have internet access either, so it's not like we could have.
Bruh, that was fucking ridiculous.
No internet?
No, there was no Wi-Fi.
Oh, yeah.
It was like the olden days.
How do we? It's fine. I don't like being on my phone. But favorite person other than you, I have to say Louie. Probably.
Aw, I love your guys' episodes together. Yeah. I listen to them and it like makes me feel like I'm hanging out with you guys.
Oh, yeah. We just have a lot in common, and we both are just really big talkers. I mean, Louie, she can go for days.
Oh my god, dude, I was dying at the restaurant. Okay, so
which restaurant?
So, our friend Leia, aka Louie, was in town visiting. She had a baby shower here in California. She actually lives on the East Coast. And then a couple days after the baby shower, like the day that she was leaving, a big group of us got together and we had brunch at a restaurant. And Leia, I mean, people started trickling, leaving throughout the meal, but fucking Leia, I was surprised. Like Austin, Casey's brothers, like they were all just talking for hours. And I was like, all right, you guys ready to go? And like I managed to harangue everyone to get outside of the restaurant, but then they were all just standing there. And I'm like, internally, I was like, I can't fucking do this. I need coffee right now. I've got a raging headache because I don't have any caffeine in my system. I gotta go grocery shopping. I got laundry to do. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, and we were standing in the hot sun. I was sweating. Like, how were you not more annoyed?
I just really like talking. I don't know. Plus, I mean, you gotta think about Louie is on the East Coast. Patty's over, SoCal now, but originally like from Hawaii. And Casey, even though she lives here, see her maybe once a quarter if we're lucky,
because of her fucked up work schedule.
Yeah,
she works nights. Pretty much. Yeah,
it's like completely opposite from what our work schedule. So that's probably the first time that everyone got together, like in a long time. So I think that's why we ended up being out there for so long.
How much longer were you guys there? Because obviously I was the first one to dip.
We were there for a while.
Oh my god!
It got to the point where my forehead was burning because of the sun. And I was like, okay, I think I need to go.
I know. Now I feel guilty. I shouldn't have left because everyone.
Fine.
But I was just like, I'm social metered out.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what it was too? I think the day before was Thanksgiving.
It was literally baby shower, ornament exchange, Thanksgiving, and then the brunch.
Okay,
all
yes.
within 1 week, less than a week.
Yes, and I was completely social metered out from Thanksgiving at my family's house because there were so many people there, and it just like,
yeah.
So yeah, by the time I got to the brunch, I was like dragging my wagon hardcore.
I know. I was.
Could you tell?
Really? I was contemplating too if we were gonna, or if I was gonna go.
I was really hoping you would leave with me, so it wouldn't be so awkward. It's just like, oh, yep, there goes Bailey. The bitch never wants to hang out.
No, I think they get it. They get it. I don't know how much longer we were out there though, but yeah, I just like to talk, you know?
Yeah.
But to see your question, like, yeah, Leia,
yeah.
She can go on forever. We did the Halloween episode because she's the only one that responded back about doing a Halloween episode.
I don't have any scary stories.
Well, we just talked about why we liked Halloween and then we went off on different tangents. But after the episode ended, I had to like end the episode on an awkward spot. Like we didn't even say goodbye at the end. I don't know if you noticed, if you listened or not.
I don't remember that.
Okay, good. But we ended in an awkward spot because we just kept talking, but we started talking about personal stuff. Oh. And we ended up talking like a good 2-3 hours maybe afterwards. I had to cut like all of that out. And it got to the point where, because I have the free membership, right, of Zencastr, and it cut us off. And we're like, and she texted me, she's like, what happened? So we had to like go on Skype and like continue talking from there.
That's funny.
Yeah. But she's a good conversationalist.
She is. I agree. She's very smart.
We don't see each other. Yeah. So when we do the podcast, it's just really nice to talk to her.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, cool. Okay, next question. Let's see here. Okay, is there anyone that you would like to be a guest who hasn't been a guest yet?
Not like a particular person, but different people.
Okay.
Right? Like different types of people. Like, I'm a very curious person, you know? So I love to learn about different religions. You know, like I got to do Mia's friend that's, who was a witch and she grew up as a witch and like in a convent and all that. And, you know, I'd be cool to like, even just different religions, like a Muslim person, a Jewish person, even like, what are the different religions?
Buddhist.
Yeah, Buddhist.
Christianity. Just kidding.
No, I already know enough about that. I'll just interview like my mom. No, just like different like religions that I didn't grow up in and I don't understand. And even different cultures. You know, we got to talk to Simi, who was from India. Yeah. And that was pretty cool. It's just that all my coworkers are from India. So like maybe
really
someone different.
All of them.
No, not all of them, but like maybe like 90%.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, people from different backgrounds, even different people like like a non-binary person or a trans person. You know, like I don't know a single non-binary person.
I met one in a psychiatric facility and their name was Finley.
Oh, that's cute.
How cute is that? And of course, I was so wrapped up in my fucking deluded, you know, fucking whacked out of my mind, bipolar, whatever. I was like, oh my God, it's a sign because my dog's name is Finn. It's a sign that we're both locked up in the loony bin together.
Oh.
Yeah. And I took down their number, but I lost it somewhere in the flubub of everything.
That's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah,
but they were very cool. They were very, very sweet. And they were just telling me all about how strict Christian parents, you know, didn't believe or not believe, but they were not accepting of them and wanting to be different. Yeah. And they were in a relationship with a woman, and this person, they were born female. So, and I believe in their parents' eyes, if I'm remembering the conversation correctly. I also could have completely made this person up in my mind. This person could also be a figment of my imagination, but who knows? They told me that so their parents thought that they were gay because you know,
Yeah.
They were born a woman and they're in a relationship with a woman as a non-binary person, but their parents didn't even understand or try to understand what, non-binary means. So
yeah.
Yeah.
See, even that alone, like if you're non-binary, what is your sexual orientation? Do you have one? Or is non-binary that's the gender? See, I don't know. That's why it'd be nice.
That's why we need to interview these people.
Interview people because I know nothing about it. I have a very small, group of friends that have been my same friends since high school, and I have not ventured out.
And we're all hetero straight. Well, except for me.
Well, Austin too.
Oh yeah. Sorry, jeez.
Austin. Duh. Anyways, so yeah, I don't venture out of my friend group very often, so I don't know a whole lot of people. So yeah, I've never met. I mean, maybe I have met them, but not like had a close relationship with anybody. So yeah, people of different backgrounds, just stuff like I don't understand or don't know about. I'd like to meet those people so I can understand where they're coming from, but the thing is, like, they can't be offended by my questions.
I mean, I think if they knew the basis of what, like, the interview was for. It's out of pure
curiosity. But I know some people, they just get easily offended, even if it's just, like, I just want to know, Like, I'm just curious. Like, I want to understand people. I want to understand, like, why people believe in, different genders, or that there's more than one.
Or more than two.
More than two. Just stuff like that. Even just people with differing values, it'd be nice to have a genuine conversation with someone who has a differing view, but not it become like a screaming match. Because I would hate that,
Well, I mean, I think the person would have to be, like, understanding and, that this is just out of curiosity. And I think it's also about how you ask the question.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like.
That's true.
So when you decided to permanently fuck up your life by choosing to be gay, non-binary, what has that been like? I think it's about, like,
being kind and respectful.
Because you hate yourself and have chosen to be non-binary, how do you feel like it's affected your cis-het Christian parents? I think it just depends on how you phrase it.
It's all about your execution.
Sometimes it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Exactly. Because I think that's the problem with people who interview other people with differing views, is that they come off as, like, condescending, And it's like, you should really try to get to know the person, because people, like, I'll take, abortion, for example, very heated subject, no one can ever agree on, like, when life begins. But I think people on both sides aren't genuinely evil or bad. They just have a different view of life. They have a different opinion of when life, like when the soul is made, or like when life is technically life. Like some people don't see, like, cells, a cluster of cells, as life yet, and some people think life happens after birth. So it's like all these things. So not like people from both sides aren't necessarily bad people, but the way people talk to each other, they're like, well, those are baby killers, and other people are like, well, they don't care about the woman's body. And it's like, no, that's not necessarily true. It's just they have a different view of what life is.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my answer. Just people of different backgrounds, different, lifestyles. I only know mine, so I want to know yours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. Is there, like, a specific topic that you want to talk about in season 4?
No, I mean, I don't really plan out the seasons. It's just kind of like, I mean, with me and you, it's always, we just text each other randomly, like, hey, well, how about this? You want to talk about this?
They just kind of unfold.
Yeah, like, oh, that's a good one. So, no plan. Just whatever sounds good.
What else was I going to say? Okay, cool. I like that. Next question. Am I a good interviewer?
Lovely.
You're a good interviewee.
Oh, thanks.
Okay, so for season 4, where do you envision the podcast going?
I mean, I don't see any different from previous. I mean, other than like, I don't want to do too much like pod match interviews.
Okay.
Like, I'll probably bring back people if they want to, like the people I really connected with and I thought had really good things to share if they want to come back. But I want to stick, like, I want to do more with you. I think it kind of sucks because we were doing a little bit, like at the beginning, and then I was getting like really busy and we weren't doing as much as I want to. I completely forgot. We were supposed to watch like The Voice and do, what's it called?
Recaps.
Yeah. And we totally didn't.
I
completely forgot.
I want to.
It just slipped my mind completely.
Fire the stylists. Why is her belt so large?
It's so comical. Like, why is it so big?
I just realized I need to pull something out of the freezer, so I will be right back.
Okay.
Pardonnez-moi. Okay. Yeah.
We're back.
Yes, we will. We should do that.
Should do that. Is it on Hulu?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't. Oh, I don't think I'm following The Voice. That's why I didn't get like a reminder or anything.
Oh, on your Hulu. Mm-hmm. Got you.
Oh, well. Did they do it this year? Did you watch it?
No.
Okay.
They do it every year, though. Or like multiple times a year. So we'll do it.
Yeah. We'll do it next year. Okay. We need to put like a reminder on our calendar.
Yep.
But yeah. So more with friends and family. I mean, I'll still be on Podmatch just because I did meet some cool people. So I don't know. It's kind of cool that people are reaching out. I had someone reach out.
Again?
They're not from Podmatch, yeah. And I told them, like, I'm on a break right now, and I'll email them back next year. Or I guess this year. So I think that's pretty cool because, like, they actually want to be on my podcast. Whereas Podmatch, usually people are just trying to get as many as they can. You know what I mean?
Because, yeah, like as
there's
many
a difference.
interviews as they can
Yeah.
to promote whatever it is, their message.
Yeah.
So does this person, did they tell you like what they want to talk about?
Yeah, I don't remember. It's something about like, I get a lot of these self-help type people, you know, trying to spread the message. So I think it's one of those kind of, I can't remember. It's like I think it's a woman, but she wanted to share what helped her get through something. I don't know, but it's usually something like that. So we'll see. I need to email her back. I haven't like done, I also want to do a better job like researching people, you know, understanding like their actual platform. Like I don't want I don't want to promote a person that I wouldn't like, you know what I mean? But I think I just like.
But you don't like anyone. I'm just kidding. That's me. That's me.
Or at least their message, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think I did talk about them last episode. Like, I don't want to sacrifice my integrity just to get like a bunch of people on my podcast.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
That never works.
No.
No.
So that's my answer.
Okay. Okay, last question that I have for you.
Okay.
Do you think, and if so, how do you think the podcast will change after you potentially move out of state?
Okay, so there probably needs to be some context behind that.
You're potentially maybe thinking about moving out of state.
Yeah.
And if you were to do that, how do you think the podcast would change?
So just to give people like some background, we are in California now, and my husband and I have been wanting to move out of state forever now, but we just haven't gotten the gumption to like go and do it because it's a big deal.
It's scary.
Right? It's just like each state is just so different, and they have their own laws. It's like moving to a different country almost. Maybe not, you know, to that extent. You know, still same language. But it's a big jump and it's a big risk, and I am not a risk taker. I don't gamble. I don't, everything I do is very calculated and strategic, and I have spreadsheets for everything, so it is like a big deal, but we thought, we should do it now because as you guys know from last season, I am 30, turning 31. By the time this episode comes out, I will be 31.
Ooh! Oh my God, that's so crazy to think about.
I know. And so we were talking about like, we can't, because originally we were like, well, we'll move when we retire, but I don't know what's going to be like when I retire. I don't know if I'm going to have like diabetes and like heart problems. And I mean, I'm trying to be healthy, but you just don't know what.
Sometimes you can be the healthiest person ever and you still have body health issues.
Yeah. So we want to still
pretty
be
much
young.
Inevitable.
Yeah, exactly. So we want to still be young and, go on adventures, and, we're not planning on having kids. So it's not like that's really, keeping us here or anything. So we want to do it. We are planning to do it. Whether it happens or not really depends on the market. Unfortunately, a lot of people want to leave California, so the housing market isn't really great. And it really just depends because, the inflation, everything's super expensive right now. And yeah, there's a lot of factors. So the plan is to move out of state this year, though. We did tell family, we did tell friends, and Bailey was the first out of my friend group to know.
I'm honored, by the way.
Yeah. I had to tell you, it was kind of sad when I told you because it wasn't how I wanted to tell you, but people started to
show up.
Yeah.
We had other people here.
Brandon wanted to start telling people sooner rather than later, especially because of, he has to figure out what to do with the company. I mean, that's his problem. I don't know anything about business.
That's his problem. I don't know if I told you though, but like the same day that you told me was the day that I tried breaking up with my ex-girlfriend.
Oh,
I thought I had.
So it's like not the.
It was a hard day for me. It was very emotionally taxing.
Well, I knew that. I probably wouldn't have told you yet.
Yeah, it's okay.
But yeah, so we're planning for it. We told people just to give them a heads up. No one's happy, of course. It's just how it is.
That sounds like a their problem, not a you problem.
Well, a lot of people are like, why would you leave California?
Because it's expensive.
It's expensive here. I won't say how much I make, but I think I make a decent amount of money being in IT. But because we live in California, I feel like I'm just broke all the time, And I just kind of want to go to a state where your dollar goes farther. So.
Oh my God, I saw this TikTok.
About California?
No, about moving to the place that you're thinking of moving to. And there's a TikTok and I saw, and it was like for $400,000, you could buy like a 6-bedroom house on like 2-3 acres of land. And it's like a nice, like new construction house.
Yeah.
Like
beautiful.
Yeah. Everything is brand new, all updated, modern features, new appliances.
Yeah.
And you, I want to say it was like $325 for your house.
Our house? No. So, okay.
When you guys bought it?
When we bought it, it was like $240. But that was like, when did we move there? 6 years ago?
I thought you bought it for like $325, $375.
No, it was $240 or $260, $240.
Okay, never mind.
I think it was $260.
Oh, because see, in my head, I was like, oh, I think they bought their house for like $350, $375, so like $400, like and because like your house, I mean, it's not a small house; it's a really, really nice house, but it's no like 5-bedroom on 3 acres.
No,
like
it's small.
Okay, tiny. Yeah, that's kind of small.
Okay, so to give people context who are not from California, okay, so we are in the Sacramento metro. So we are not LA and we are not San Francisco.
AKA the Bay Area.
Yeah. But Sacramento being the cheaper metropolitan area in California, My house is 930 square feet, 2-bedroom, 1 bath, worth almost $500,000. That is absolutely insane. And our neighborhood is not that great. It's not. Isn't that crazy? And that's Sacramento.
My jaw is on the floor right now.
Can you imagine? So San Francisco, or no, what city is it? There's a city in, well, LA, basically, in Orange County. Mm-hmm. Same house, not remodeled like ours. I think was going for like 800 or 900 in like, yeah, I think in Orange County or something.
Oh my God. Yeah, I'm never.
And people are like,
I'm never moving.
We can't buy houses. Like, I wonder why.
Yeah, I'm literally never leaving my tiny little apartment.
It's insane. So for the same amount of our house, you know, in like these different other states, so it's not just that one state. Like, yeah, like what you said, gorgeous. You could get new construction build. You could get like
big house,
3-car garage. Yeah.
5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms.
Yeah.
Hell
like
land.
Nice places.
Maybe a barn.
Yeah. That's why people are leaving California. It's just so expensive here.
Yeah.
And the crime rate has skyrocketed. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, there's some dude in LA recently who I think it was like a homeless guy, and he had like a knife on him, just running down downtown LA, stabbing people. Yeah. And I was like, where is this, the apocalypse? What is happening? Yeah. Because I think that's the thing is like people, when they think of California, especially like foreigners, you know, they see Hollywood and they see Beverly Hills and Malibu and all these beautiful places and like San Diego. And it's like, those are where the rich people live. That's not the rest of California.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Also, California is like meth head capital of the country.
Yeah.
And I don't think a lot of people realize that either. And I think a lot of people, when they think of California, they think of like super like liberal, democratic, and that is definitely not California. Like
that is like LA.
I would say that's the majority of California, but especially up here in Sacramento and even farther north, there's a lot of like, I don't know why I almost said redheads, but like a lot of like Republicans or like right or whatever it's called. So like, yeah,
there's a lot of things people don't really understand about California, which is really upsetting because California as like a location, beautiful, beautiful beaches,
especially Sacramento.
Lakes. Yeah, the trails. Like California, unfortunately, like people just trash it because people come here from all over the place, and
we're a high transplant state.
Yeah,
a lot of people move here from other places
because they're trying to be movie stars. They're trying to make it big, and also we have like the best weather
and the best location.
Yeah, but yeah, it's not all unicorns and rainbows, and it's crazy expensive. Like California really is best for like the rich people for sure.
Yeah,
because they got all those nice houses in like Marin County and like San Diego and all that. But anyway, so yeah, so we've always talked about leaving, and I mean, we're not. I won't get into like politics too much, but we're not liberals. You know, we're in our libertarian, which goes against a lot of some of the liberal stuff. In California,
just doesn't really.
California's pretty liberal. If you look at a map, it does look very red, but the majority of population is in these metropolitan areas. That's why they lean so far left.
Yeah.
But that's a different discussion. I won't get into that.
So if you did potentially move, hypothetically, how do you think the podcast would change when you move?
I don't think it would change. I would try to keep it fairly the same because the only thing that's changing is my office.
Your location.
Yeah. And luckily, you know, like with Louie, everything's online anyways.
Everything can be done remotely for sure.
Like we would still have our episodes, you know, we could dedicate a time like every other week or something for us to do that. And luckily, you know, we do live in an era where everything's virtual. You can do essentially anything anywhere. Yeah, because if we don't like the state that we're going to, we could just up and move to a different state. And that's like the great thing about working remotely too. So I don't think it's going to change. I think it'll be the same. I mean, maybe I'll meet some new people there.
Yeah, that you can interview.
Yeah, they could be.
Maybe from like different industries.
Yeah, and like people, you know, other transplants that left California. It'd be kind of cool to interview them. Like, why did they leave?
Oh, that would be so cool to interview other people who left California.
Yeah.
Or maybe left a different state.
Yeah, exactly. Like, why did they decide to move? You know, did they move for work, you know, reasons, or did they move for personal reasons? Because for us, it's entirely personal. Because that's the thing about it. What makes it really stressful is that I do have a good job. And I do get good benefits. So
I don't know. My friend Kylie moved out of state, and she's making like way more money now than she was making here.
Oh, really?
And she does work for the same company that she worked for here.
Oh, dang. I need to talk to her.
Yeah.
Did you know her sister's like low-key kind of famous? She was like on some, not like famous, I don't think. I don't know.
I know that she was on some like TLC show.
Yeah, she was on some TLC show, and now she has a podcast, and she's got over like 90,000 followers. Yeah, I just, because I am friends with
I'm looking this
her
bitch
sister.
up.
Yeah, I'm friends with her sister.
You're friends with
Kylie on Instagram.
Oh, I
And
thought
then,
you were saying you're friends with Kim.
No. I don't know her at all. I don't even remember her from high school. But she tagged her sister, and I was like, oh, it's her sister. I didn't realize she had a sister. So I just like looked at her page to see if I could remember her from school.
Yeah.
And I was like,
oh my God, this bitch got a blue check mark.
Yeah, she's verified. And I was like, is she famous? She was on some show in TLC that I've never heard of, but she's apparently living it up there.
Good for her.
I don't know her though.
I've hung out with her.
Can I be on your podcast?
I've hung out with her a few times. She's pretty cool. She's got a really cute dog named Louie. I think that's the name, or Lewis.
Man, they are beautiful. The sisters are so pretty.
Yeah.
I'm jealous.
Yeah, I should definitely connect with her.
I will.
Ooh, that'd be fun to interview Kim. Be like, what was it like to be on a reality TV show?
We'll see. Maybe if we become friends, because she does have her own podcast, and if she plugs mine, it's like. But I don't know if we would have the same followers. Just looking at her Instagram, we are not the same.
No, we
are very different.
Yeah.
She is very beautiful and very like Instagram model-y kind of looking. And I'm very not.
You're very beautiful.
Thank you. But I'm not like a social media, like I'm not an influencer at all.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Anyways. So no, I don't think it's going to change much. Maybe there'll be other people just because I might meet people along the way.
Yeah.
But
I hope you do.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
But as far as like the format and, you know, at least having you on, that won't change. We'll still have this.
It better not. Like, I mean, I hate to say it, but when Sarah and I, like, us not living near each other and not being able to see each other, like, it definitely has changed our friendship. And, like, we're just not as close as we once were. And, like... And I like, I don't know, like, I think you and I will always love each other and we'll be close, but like, we're never going to be able to go get like sushi together, you know?
Yeah.
Oh my God, maybe we should go get sushi after this. Even though we said we weren't going to spend money, like, maybe we should, because like,
we're supposed to save for Disneyland.
I know, but like, we're never going to get to eat sushi again.
You make it sound like I'm never going to come here or we're never going to like see each other again.
I know, but it's just like,
we can get sushi though.
Should
I've
we?
had sushi in a long time.
Should we?
Yeah.
Should we? Okay, fuck it. Let's do it. I'm just hungry.
I know. Do you think, oh, you don't have to answer this if it's too sensitive, but do you think our friendship is the same? Like with as you and Sarah?
Our friendship?
Yeah. Like, is it, I'm trying to think, because like
the same level of closeness?
Yeah.
No, you and I are much closer.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I mean, she's been my bestie since we were like 5 years old, you know?
Yeah.
And that's like, it's like a different
like a
level.
childhood.
Like she was there when my dad died. Like we were literally holding on to each other as 10-year-old kids as my dad was flatlining in the other room. Like that's just a different level of closeness.
Yeah.
But you know me so well, you know, like you like know when I'm going through a hard time. You can tell by the look on my face how I'm feeling inside, which I mean, I'm very expressive, not hard to do, but still, you know, you just understand me and you just know me so well. And I don't have anybody in my life like that.
Like, I feel like I could predict your next move almost. Yeah. I don't know. Like, I feel like we will still be close. I know it's going to be virtual and it's not the same, but I've got it planned out. I already like had this whole conversation with Brandon. We're going to have a dedicated podcast time.
You and I?
Yeah. I kind of want to do it next year. Oh, that's the change.
What?
I didn't even get to ask you, but I guess I'll ask you on the podcast. I do want to dedicate a podcast time for us to like a regular
like a weekly thing?
Regularly. A reoccurring. Yeah. Am I saying that right? Or is it occurring? What's the difference of reoccurring and occurring?
Reoccurring? Fuck if I know.
It's a reoccurring instance of us doing an episode.
Okay. So like maybe like a monthly?
Bi-weekly or monthly, you know, whatever fits our schedule.
Like on the third Saturday of every month.
Yeah, something like that.
We're gonna carve out like 4 or 5 hours to like, or maybe not that long, but you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, like the first hour would be like that, and then the next will just be like talking about some other stuff.
Yeah.
But you know, like when I leave, or you know, even next year, or this year, I keep forgetting when this is going to release. Having that regular, like dedicated time, like Bailey time. And so there's that. And then I want to do like, I plan a Disneyland trip every like, you know, other year whenever we can afford it. And that way I'll fly into Sacramento and then we'll all drive down to Disneyland.
Yeah.
And make that a thing. So it's like, it's not like we're going to never see each other. Like, yeah, we won't be able to like, you know, get brunch whenever we feel like it, when we're bored or something. But we'll still have all these like dedicated time for each other.
Yeah.
And then you can always go there.
Okay.
Or we could take a plane and meet somewhere in the middle, like like different states we've never been to, and like, you know, go on like little adventures. Like
rent a car and drive back to your house or something.
Like something we can meet like in Colorado. Never been there. Or like
always want to go to Colorado.
Yeah. Like what's another state?
Utah, Moab, and all the. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Don't laugh at me if I am. You know what I'm talking about? Moab, where it's like those big rock structures and like it's like the desert, and
we could go see the Niagara Falls or whatever, you know, just like different things. We could like just take a plane ride somewhere and meet somewhere and have our little adventures.
Yes,
you know, hopefully I'll be loaded from living out of California.
Yeah,
so I'll have money for that. I got you.
Okay.
So I have it planned out. I've already thought about it.
Yes, I'm saying yes to the dress.
Okay.
Yes to everything.
Yay.
Anything you want. I'm a yes girl.
Was that your last question?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know why. I thought you were going to ask me like personal questions.
I mean, I can if you want me to.
No, it's fine.
Okay, good. Because I don't have anything prepared.
I know. Because I know we already know each other, so it's kind of hard to ask.
Yeah.
Those questions.
There's some stuff you don't want to talk about, like, because who knows who's going to listen to this, you know?
Yeah. I don't know. I was thinking, so what do you think? Like, should I, like, what is too much to share? You know?
Are there things that you want to talk about on here, but you don't because of who might hear him? Or, like, what do you mean?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of, like, my dad's a great example. I think I've talked about him before, but I don't talk to him talk about him like in full extent, and I don't know if I will, because it's...
Is that something you want to do on here?
I don't know. So that's what I'm trying to think. Like, what is something worth sharing about, like, your personal life? You know? Because people like to share about their personal life, but why? Just because people are interested in it? Or to, like...
I think people like to talk about themselves, you know, to an extent. And I think that people kind of like, oh, I'm going to share my story. I'm going to share this really hard personal thing I went through. I'm going to get it off my chest because maybe somebody who's hearing it, it might help them process it. But really, I think it's just like, oh, I just want to talk about myself out loud. At least that's why I would talk about my stuff, is because I just like talking about myself.
Because I do love...
I'm one of the things slightly self-absorbed.
I think everyone's a little narcissistic in some way.
I think it's good to be narcissistic to a degree.
You kind of have to to protect yourself too, in a way.
Anyways, what were you saying? Sorry, totally cut you off. My bad. There's my narcissistic self again.
I like podcasts and different interviews when people get into like the nitty gritty, because it makes them relatable. Like I got a lot of not like a large amount, but I did get a lot of people reach out to me after the body dysmorphia episode that I did, just because they like relate, and they felt good listening to that, even though it's like a really sad subject. They felt like they felt some type of relief because, you know, someone else is going through the same thing. Yeah.
And how did you feel like talking about that? Just kind of like getting it out there and just like, you know.
It's kind of nice, you know, because I think people don't always realize that. Like, because that's kind of one of the reasons why I did it, is because I wanted to not just share that part about me and how it kind of just really feeds into my anxiety, but also just awareness that like how much it does impact someone's life. And because it's nice listening to other people talk about it. So I was like, oh, well, maybe I'll talk about it.
And then for people listening, if they by chance haven't heard that episode, can you give us like some key points from that episode, like the takeaways?
I think I talked a lot about how it's rooted in my culture, like body dysmorphia. I honestly, once a episode gets published, it's like out of sight, out of mind. Like, I don't remember what I talked about.
So is it like a Filipino thing that you need to be skinny? I'm just assuming that's like what you're referring to when you say it's a cultural thing.
So I think a lot of cultures can relate, but I only know about mine. So like in Filipino culture, it's very Eurocentric. So meaning like they like light skin, they like the skinny pointy nose, they like the straight hair. They like when you're skinny. Like my cousins, I remember we went to a water park, and you know, I'm from California, so I'm all about tanning, right? I want to get as dark as possible for whatever reason. Like, we just like tanning.
And was this a water park here in the States or in the Philippines?
Okay. And she was like putting sunscreen every hour, and she had a shirt on, like a long sleeve shirt. And I was like, we're swimming right now. Like, I'm in my bathing suit. Like,
yeah. You're like, well, what's going on here?
Yeah. She didn't want to, she wore a hat, and she didn't want to, what's it called? Get tanned and like
sun exposure.
Yeah. She didn't want to get too dark, you know? And I remember like there was a picture, or I think my mom posted a picture on Facebook, I guess, because I don't have Facebook, so I don't know what's going on there. And I guess my cousin told my mom, like, hey, if you guys come back to the Philippines, come visit, like, we'll go bring Mia to get her like skin whitened. And I was like, rude.
What the fuck?
Yeah, there's
what does that mean?
There's this thing in Asia right now. I don't know if right now. That was probably a while ago when they sent that. But it's like a hot thing. I don't know. It probably still is, honestly. But it's a hot thing where they get like injections that makes your skin lighter.
Oh my God.
And there's like cream and stuff.
Who intentionally wants to be white? I hate being white. White people are the worst.
Oh, Bailey.
It's true.
But
you can't argue with me because I'm white and I can say it. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I don't believe that. I don't hate people because of the color of their skin.
Oh, okay. Well, I do. I'm just kidding.
Oh my god. But no, they legit get like, injections and stuff. And I'm like, is that safe?
No, it's not. I can already tell you that's not safe.
And I was like, no, thank you.
No,
I like my brown skin. It's fine.
We need more brown people in this world. We need like more variety.
More variety.
It's so crazy. Like makeup companies will have like 30, 40 different shades for like white people. And then they'll have like 10 different shades for people of color. Like the fuck?
Well, now
it's different. But I'm talking like different. Even like maybe 3-4 years ago.
But man, there's a lot. Like that's why I don't like makeup. It's just too much.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what was I talking about? Oh, so that episode is just kind of about how it's like rooted in my culture and like how I grew up about it, and like now as an adult it like really bothers me. It causes a lot of like social anxiety. Ooh, that's an episode I want to talk about. It's like social anxiety because I have really bad social anxiety.
Oh my god, please have me on that episode. I have the worst social anxiety.
It's awful. But yeah, so it's like it causes a lot of anxiety for me.
Like the way you look causes anxiety for you?
Mm-hmm. Like, as much as possible, I try not to care about what people think, but it's a human trait. People just care about what people think. That's just how it is. Like, the human brain wants everyone to like you, you know?
About that. I cannot relate at all.
Other people... It's obviously different for everybody, but naturally, we typically want people to like us.
Yeah, like, I guess that's true.
So it does cause like a lot of anxiety and a lot of self-loathing. You know, like
putting yourself down. Yeah,
like negative self-talk.
I think I have body dysmorphia, but like in the opposite way, where it's like when I look in the mirror, I think I look better. I see that I look better than I actually do. Like my body shape, like I'm like, oh my god, I look amazing. Like I look so like curvy and like trimmed, and I look good.
I'd rather have that.
But then I see a picture of myself and I look like a fucking like balloon with 2 toothpicks coming out the bottom.
Oh my god, don't say that.
Seriously though, I'm just like, wait, when I looked in the mirror, I looked amazing. How come I don't look good in the picture?
I read somewhere that when you look at yourself in the mirror, it always looks better for some reason.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe
I don't know why. Well, I don't know. Unless the mirror is just deceiving.
Your mind is deceiving. That's what's deceiving.
Yeah.
And it's like really at the end of the day, like no one is thinking about what you look like or your body shape, because everyone is so self-obsessed with themselves and just so like wrapped up in their own little bubble that they'll never take notice of anyone outside of themselves. Like the majority of people.
Yeah. Because like my therapist said, like, you know, people, when they look at you, they just see you. You know, like I just see Bailey, right?
I just see Mia.
Yeah. Because there's like Brandon's sister, she has that mole, right, on her nose.
Yeah, I love that little mole. It's so cute.
I remember her being, I don't know if she is still, but I remember her being super insecure about it. Oh. But honestly, like, I don't even notice it. I don't think anybody notices it. No one even cares. Like, no one's, like, even giving it a second thought.
It's just part of, like,
it's
what
just
makes
all
her.
I see is her, you know?
Exactly.
And she's gorgeous, so I don't know what she's complaining about. I'm just kidding.
Seriously.
But really, that's how body dysmorphia is, though. You could be the prettiest person in the world, but if you're not convinced that you are, then you're not. You know what I mean? Like, you can literally be voted, like, prettiest person in the entire world, but if you don't believe it, then you're not going to think you are. And the body dysmorphia is very mental. It's all about, like, changing your mindset.
What's coming to my mind right now is that Demi Lovato documentary on YouTube and this is from like 5-6 years ago.
Yeah. Stay Strong or whatever.
Yeah.
Something like
Simply
that.
Complicated or whatever.
Yeah.
I just watched it again with my friend who was visiting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was telling her about it. And yeah, there's a big part of the documentary is like her eating disorder and her wanting to be skinny. And it's like, but look at Demi Lovato. Like, she's beautiful. Like, gorgeous. Like so gorgeous. But even she struggles. And all those people do.
Yeah.
All those celebrities do. Anybody. So it's like,
it's completely mental.
Yeah, like it's kind of like we all go through like the same thing where it's like we struggle with how we look.
Yeah, so that's what that episode's about. But it's very personal. It's very like in the feels kind of.
Yeah,
it's personal to me and what I went through, and people liked it because they
go through it too.
To it. Yeah,
they're not alone.
That's why there's like. It's the line is kind of blurred of like what's too much to share and what you should keep private. You know what I mean? So that's kind of where I'm at. Where like I want to share more about my life because people do ask. Like in I don't think he released it yet. I think it's gonna get released next month. But I was on like a podcast where people ask, or I've been on several podcasts, right? And they do ask questions. And sometimes I'm I'll have to pause because I have to think like, well, what's too much to share? And how much should I keep private? Because I don't want like all my dirty laundry out there, obviously.
Do you remember like any of the questions that they were asking you where you did have to take a pause to be like, to what depth do I want to talk about this?
Well, the one that I was on how do you say it? I never know how to say it, the soliloquy one. But anyways, so his podcast is all about like sex and sex positivity and all this stuff. And I told him, he didn't ask like any like sensitive questions, but that's because prior to that we had like a little, meet and greet first. And I said, I'm pretty open. Like I have a lot of opinions and I don't mind talking about anything. The only thing I'm not going to talk about though is just my sex life and like
specifically what you do with your husband.
Just out of respect for, Brandon, and that's a very like sacred part of our relationship, and it's it's
wait, so how did you talk about sex without like talking about what type of things that you like in sex?
Well, so the episode I was on with him was about like decriminalizing sex work. Yeah. So we stayed to that topic.
Oh, yeah.
So it didn't have to do with us. And then the other one, we did talk about relationships, but more about like the emotional and like, not much of like the physical part of it. Just like in relationships in general.
I know, like I'm thinking about it, like if that was me and like, because I love talking about sex. I love sex. I could talk about it in detail all day long. But then I think about like, oh my God, like what if my boss listened to this podcast or something? Yeah. Like, like.
That's the thing too, like this isn't, I don't get paid for this. It's not my full-time job. So my boss can listen to, she could, I don't know, run across it somehow.
I don't know. Like, so you're asking like how much is too much?
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't answer that for you. I wouldn't know either until I was like in that situation.
Because like the internet is forever, So
speaking of which, I really wish I could access my old MySpace pictures.
Me too.
Did you ever use PhotoBucket?
Yeah, but I don't know my email or password.
Oh yeah, me neither. And the email I used to create my PhotoBucket account, carebearbuddy202@yahoo.com, no longer exists.
Oh, what's mine? Mine was something stupid.
Care Bear Buddy 202.
My MySpace was Pacific Islander for life. That's when it was cool to not be Asian and be more of a Pacific Islander. Even though Filipinos are Asians, okay?
Yeah.
They are. Geographically, historically, our ancestors did come across from like South
China.
Asia. So,
no, I'm just kidding. Take that out.
Yeah. No, it's not. Okay. So we are Asian. None of this Pacific Islander crap. Okay.
Asian for life.
God, it's so embarrassing. I think God. It was like something like Pinoy Girl or something, or Pinoy Proud, or Panay Proud, or whatever.
What the fuck does that mean?
So like Pinoy and Panay is like, it just means you're Filipino.
Oh, fascinating.
Yeah. Embarrassing. The things we did.
I know. I don't even want to talk about it. Okay. Any final thoughts or questions, concerns, comments on everything we just talked about?
No. I didn't know what I was getting into. I didn't know what your questions were. I wasn't sure if it's going to be more podcast centric or more personal. So that's why I was like, if it was personal, what would you even ask? And
are there any questions you wanted me to ask, but I didn't?
No, because I was kind of in the same boat with you. Like, what would I ask? You know, because we already know each other. Mm-hmm. And I mean, unless you don't mind listening to the same stories over and again, I don't know.
Oh, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. But I don't know if the guy's ever going to release it. I think it's scheduled for January, but he did go in depth to like, how's your childhood? Like all that stuff. Yeah. And I was like, damn, we're going to go straight to that. Okay. I guess. So if you want to know more personal stuff, I guess, if he releases it, I'll let you guys know on Instagram.
Well, because you mentioned this like hell long ago that you're going to be on this episode or this podcast that's like related to sex.
Oh, that one's already out.
Oh, do you ever put it like on your Instagram stories? Because I never know where to find it.
It's on my story.
Oh, shit. Well, I don't go on Instagram.
Okay. Yeah, how else are you going to know? Because you're not... I don't know. I mean, I guess I could do a newsletter. No, that's too much work.
Yes, I would like to be the sole subscriber to your newsletter,
gotta,
please.
Like, I think there's like a notification thing
I'll just text
Spotify. Because I get...
For your episodes, but not for
other people.
Yeah, I want to know like when you're a guest. You don't ever put that shit on your Instagram.
No, I do.
You do? Because I can never find it.
Because they add me as a collaborator. So, like, one of my posts is of that episode.
Got it.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's the first episode of season 4. Yay! 2023.
Oh,
Woo!
I've got a question.
Oh, okay.
What are you looking forward to most in the new year?
Getting out of this damn state. No, yeah, I guess that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think the podcast will be fairly the same, you know. Mm-hmm. It's a hangout. It's chill. Mm-hmm. It's just like...
I love the vibe of it, of your podcast.
Me too.
It's so like easy breezy, beautiful cover girl.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's not like... Some podcasts, man, like, it's too high energy, too loud. I'm tired just by, like, the first, like, 30 seconds.
I love your voice. It's so nice to listen to in the morning
really?
When I'm getting ready for work sometimes. Yeah.
Well, that's good.
I'm going to be honest. I don't listen to every episode.
That's fine.
But I love listening to the ones, like, with you and Louie, because it just makes me feel like I'm right there with you, you know, hanging out with you guys. Yeah. Like, I'm part of it, you know?
Yeah. And I think, and people do like that. Mm-hmm. That's why I want to do more of that stuff.
Yeah.
More family, more friends. I don't even think I did one with Mia and Shannon this season. Did I? I don't think I did.
Well, your birthday.
Oh, yeah, but that's the only one.
Oh, well, we'll have to change that in season 4, won't we?
Yeah, I forgot. Sorry, guys. I don't know if they listen. But yeah, that's the first episode, guys.
Wait, I thought we were going to do our...
Oh, did you want to? I'm hungry.
Oh, okay.
It's like been an hour.
Okay, so you want to save that for another episode?
Yeah, let's do a Would You Rather episode.
Oh, I guess that's our time to sign off.
Yeah, that's a wrap. Don't fight.
Hey, knock it off. Stop antagonizing him. I have a new puppy. And it's hard. She's teething. She talks back. She pisses and shits everywhere.
Finn is like in the corner right now.
Finn is miserable. Finn is my senior dog. He's 13 years old. My new dog, Ellie, she is 2 months old. So quite a big age difference there. Finn is basically miserable. He feels like his entire life around him is collapsing, and I no longer love him, which of course is not true. And she's just very curious about everything. She's very sassy. Mm-hmm. She's stubborn.
It's like putting a boomer and a Gen Z person together.
You pesky kids, get off my lawn.
Yeah.
That's Finn, and Ellie is the pesky kid on his lawn.
Who's now chewing on your robe.
On my what?
Your robe thing. Like the string to your robe.
Oh, I don't care. I just don't want her to chew on cords, because that shit you have to like pay to replace. If it's even replaceable. Like if she chewed up the cord that connects the TV to the power.
Oh God.
Like, can you just buy another one of those? Like, I don't think so.
You'd have to solder it together.
Oh God. Brandon.
There she goes.
That sounds like something Brandon knows how to do.
Yeah.
Right now I'm trying to get her used to her kennel. It's like a pen. It's not really a kennel.
Ginormous.
It like takes up my entire spare room practically. But so far she's doing good about like going in and out of it. And I just wanted her to know that that's her home. Okay, this is super boring. So anyway, thanks for talking with me. Ready to go get some sushi?
Yeah.
Let's do it, girl.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Thanks for listening.